My name is Geraldine Tenyenhuis. I was born in the Netherlands, the ninth of 10 children, and to a very strict Christian family. Then when I was 6 years of age, my family immigrated to Canada, all 12 of us. Needless to say, there were lots of challenges, learning a new language, a different culture, but also challenges financially. Yet my dad always kept his generous heart. One of the favorite songs of my dad was, "This is my Father's world." And he would remind us that all that we had was not truly ours. It was all a gift from God. I went to school, got married, later divorced, and was left with 3 young children to raise on my own. It was a very hard time, especially financially. Then some 30-some years ago, I was invited to a seminar led by a man named Clive Pick. Friday, Clive started his talk on the tithe, the origin of the tithe. He also said that God asked us to return, not give, 1/10 of all our earnings to the local church. He did not once talk about giving the tithe. He talked about returning the tithe. So he was zeroing in on something I had been taught in my childhood about this is my Father's world. So everything I have isn't mine at all. It's all a gift, and I'm asked to return 10%. Well, I thought, forget that. I can hardly make ends meet the way I am. I can hardly provide for my family. And then he read from Malachi 3, verse 8, where it says, "Test me in this and see if I don't open up heaven itself and pour out blessings beyond your wildest dreams." And I remember saying in a still small voice, "I hear you, God. Just don't think I'm ready for this." I think I learned that I can take him at his word. If he said, "Test me," right? And that was a challenge to me. It wasn't someone telling me to do that. It was God himself saying, "Well, test me. Find out for yourself." And then Clive continued and said, "Remember, our God is a generous God. He allows you to keep 90%. He was talking about the 90% I got to keep, that I could choose to do with as I pleased. He was no longer focusing on the 10% that I was asked to return. He was focusing on the 90% that I got to keep. A big switch tripped in my mind. I think I felt somewhat overwhelmed, but I knew what I had to do. Up till then, I was focused on that 10%. I can't even manage how I'm doing now. How am I going to manage with 10% less, right? But when he started focusing on the 90%, it was a different story. My 90% is enough. I don't feel I'm giving up. I feel that God is providing for me in that 90%. And when I get my old age pension check, the first thing I do is transfer my tithe to the church. And then I see what I have, and I make up my budget for the month, and I make it out of that 90%. It's not a chore, it's not, it's become a way of life. That decision changed my life. My 90% is enough. I am rich, though not financially. I am blessed, and I'm humbled. And now I can say, yes, Dad, this is my Father's world.